Merry me, Annie here, and welcome to Monday on Pagan Perspective. Our topic this week is lucid dreaming. It came from a viewer by the name of Toxic Sheeper, which probably because of the topic I was thinking toxic sleeper, but no, Toxic Sheeper. Big topic. There's so much about what is it, what isn't it, what kind of exercises can you take on to become more adept at it, why do you even want to, or are there even challenges and reasons why you shouldn't be doing it. So I'll touch on a little bit of everything, I'm sure. It's an important part of my spiritual practice. The first thing I did want to mention is you'll meet lots of people whose concept of lucid dreaming is just being aware that one is dreaming, and others will see it as participating in the dream, being able to control, unlike in this physical world we live in when we'd like to control the directions of our life and can't. An opportunity to do just that. So you will run into people who will say, no, that's not lucid dreaming, that's something else altogether. That's why I wanted to mention there are two different takes on what it might be. When I took a class on lucid dreaming and ways to facilitate it, to learn how to do it, the first step was dream journaling, to know your dreams. Not meaning that you can capture the entirety of a dream in your memory, but recording what you do remember about the bits and pieces, being aware of all the things that are going on in your mind when you are asleep and supposedly unaware, but actually very aware. So the first step in lucid dreaming is to have some sense of your dreaming. What worked for me? I could never catch myself in the middle of a dream and join it, or control it, if we're looking at it from that sense. But what I could do as a first step was I could take back up a dream. So if I journaled and captured a dream in memory, I would lie in bed the next time I was in that peaceful state of mind, thinking of everything I knew about the dream and deciding I was going to visit the dream in my sleep world. I couldn't just ease into my dreams at night and become that in that world, participatory in that world. I had to create something outside, take it to sleep with me, imagine it into being as I was falling asleep, and then I was eventually able for those dreams to be very real with me knowing I was dreaming them once I was actually in deep sleep. So why would we want to do it? One of the many reasons is we are accessing then a part of our brain that once we have come to access it, when we are not in the conscious this world, but we are working in the other world, we have access to that part of our brain more and more. It's like you're exercising a muscle, and the more you are doing that in your lucid dreaming, the more you are able in this world that we are more familiar with to experience a wider existence. It's almost like two worlds happening at the same. We actually begin to realize there's not such a difference between reality that is physical and reality that is not physical. And that's the point at which lucid dreaming has always become deeply spiritual to me. That there are worlds that coexist, that overlap. We are almost the portal. Our human selves, the portal to this place where the worlds touch, and they are both always happening. At exploring how they touch and how we can reach that during the day, go back to that place in our mind that we were in when we were sleeping, we get to the point that we can access it easily anytime. To me, it's a big part and power of working magics. This ability to understand that what we can conceive of is not the whole of reality. It could be said that those dream worlds are as real as this one we know in our physical world. Or it could be said they are the real world and this is the dream. Yeah, it can all get that deep, that beautiful, that mysterious. I like the opportunity to revisit, to see the different directions in which a dream will go. I've never been one for taking my life on this side to a dream, to experience alternate endings. You know when they do films sometimes and videos, there are alternate endings. I don't try to do alternate endings for the things that I experience in this world. I think there's a path and a reason why my endings are what they are. But when I dream, I have a lot of freedom in that world to revisit the dream, to call it up intentionally, and take it in different directions. I think it is a powerful reminder to me that I am living a choice every moment of my life on this side, in this physical reality. It is all a choice. We don't just drift along. One of the teachings of lucid dreaming is being in it and realizing it's not set one way. And we do tend to look at our lives that way a lot, don't we? And lucid dreaming and the skills of accessing that part of our mind connects us to the power of constant choice. We do direct the flow of our lives to a great extent. And we definitely direct the flow of our reaction to everything in our lives. We own that. Good lessons in that to be learned when we are in the dream world. Like I said, one could say, is that the dream world? Or is this? Very interesting to play with. At the spiritual level, very powerful to open up to. It's almost like a courageous opportunity. We will go places in our dreams. We may not go as easily in our waking dreams, our imaginations on this side, because there is a feeling of courage, of being courageous that has to do with lucid dreaming, because in the end we know it is of us. We are really the only thing that influences it. It's of our borning. We may not always understand what part of our brain is creating the dream, but it is us. In the end, if we develop our skill in lucid dreaming, we know that we are, and can be at any moment, the influencer of them. It is a freedom we don't often happen on this side. So the powers of lucid dreaming are being in touch with our instinctual inside with no barriers, no incoming from outside, but truly what rises up from within us. The place of will is the place to me of lucid dreaming. Very fiery, very deep and spiritual. I was reading something not too long ago. It was about capturing your dreams and reminding me to get back into dream work. And it said that one of the important things about lucid dreaming specifically is that it always has us questioning reality, questioning what is, but at the same time from a place of power, knowing we are the center of our life's experience and we do choose the directions it heads in, no matter which reality we're talking about. But there's so much more freedom in the lucid dreaming world to play and experience. Now there are some downsides to lucid dreaming. If it's being used as an escape, if we are avoiding the reality of this side and taking our dreams into a world which becomes so real that that is more real to us than here. Neither of these two worlds should be the one that is the only or the more dominant. Both of them have power in their own sphere, and we have powers within both of those spheres ourselves. So lucid dreaming, if it's an escape that you are using, is not such a healthy thing. It's also not healthy in lucid dreaming if you're using your ability to control your dream to avoid things that come up in it. Because one of the downsides, perhaps to me the greatest downside of lucid dreaming, is the normal dreaming that we do comes from the place of mystery that is within us. There's an instinctual thing rising up there. It is a wiser self. It is a lesson to be learned, but it does come from a place of mystery. And if we are involved in lucid dreaming, and when we get to a place of discomfort or confusion, we own the dream to the point of shifting it away from what feels uncomfortable, we are then not getting the lesson of what rose up within us, the lesson of the dream. One of the powers of dreams and dreaming is what rises up in us, what we need to listen to. Sometimes I feel that influence is even coming from outside of us, from unknown sources. So lucid dreaming, if it's used as an escape from this world, or if in the process of our dreams we develop the habit of, I'm uncomfortable with this, don't know where it's coming from, don't know what it means, so I will redirect this dream, then it becomes denial, a wisdom that is coming from us, from our deepest self, and also, I feel, from outer sources. But those challenges, because you can acknowledge they are challenges, and that if you are not in tune to, why am I pulling back or redirecting a dream? What am I ignoring that is being presented to me, no matter the source of that? And also, am I using my dream world as an escape? There are things that if we are on a spiritual journey, we set ourselves up to recognize and know that, yeah, that's a pitfall. But the power of lucid dreaming and the lessons of choice and flow and direction of flow in life is we know that what rises up, how we interact with our dreams, how we listen and experience them in that place of courage that exists in the dream world is so much more important than giving in to our fears and redirecting a dream, or using that dream opportunity as a way to escape the full experience of our life. There's some of my thoughts on lucid dreaming, a very, very important part of my spiritual practice. The power of lucid dreaming came to me after my brain in the conscious world and in the unconscious world knew that place where I had the power to mingle both of those worlds. I wish you mirth and reverence. Merry part.